Howdy Rockstars, Lid Shaw here, Recording Studio Rockstars, bringing you into the studio to learn from recording professionals and sometimes see really cool studios so that you can make your best record ever. Today, we're going to take you on a quick tour of SAE Institute Nashville, right here on Music Row in Music City, USA. It's a beautiful place to come learn how to make music, learn how to work professionally in audio, and they got a lot of cool stuff here. So let's go take a look at some of the studios. Come on, check it out. What's down this hall right here? All right, we're coming in here. I think this is the post-production facility right here. Hey, everybody. I'm Lidge. How you guys doing? Where are we right now?
Studio C, we're doing post-production right now. We're doing Foley, which is the sound and film largely centered around human movement. So we have this kind of weird little character here that we're grabbing a bunch of props like this one, and we're going and making all kinds of interesting sounds. So the point here is not just because there's people on a screen and we want them to make sounds. It's sound in film interprets the image for us. So Foley is all about pointing to what it needs to be paid attention to on the screen. So in this case, we have a weird little guy and we're doing character development. We're making him funky and weird, and his little moves are just goofy and, whatever. So
are you starting with an image here and then you get to focus on the sound, or do you guys get to make some of the images that you see up there as well?
We're all about sound. Sound is the key, the mother sense where storytelling really happens on an implicit level.
Eric, great to meet you. Thanks for giving us a tour.
Yeah.
Come on, we're gonna go down here and check out Studio A. I guess you'd say this is the main studio. This has the big SSL in it that used to belong to Whitney Houston. So let's go check it out.
What's up?
Hey everybody, I'm Lidge.
What's up, Ryan?
Ryan, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you? Good, nice to meet you.
So we're just coming and checking out the studios and everything. Hey, I'm Lidge. Noah, good to see you. Tell us what room are we in? What do you got here?
So this is our A studio. This is where our SSL is. This belongs to Whitney Houston before it came here. It's an SSL 9000J. We keep it up, but it's a great console, great sounding desk, and we use it for our Audio 200 class. So it's when you come in here and you learn how to use the big console, that's what we do, and that's what we teach you how to do.
And so then what are you dealing with right here?
I've got a mix pulled up that I've been working on. It's a student project. It's a song from one of our students named Okami. We've just been working on it with him and trying to get it all fleshed out and get it good to go.
And is this a particular software that you guys use here?
Yeah, this is Pro Tools Ultimate, and we have all the UAD plugins and everything else, but this is pretty much university standard and industry standard. So
these are all different instrument tracks that are recorded there?
Right, those are all different instruments, different tracks that are recorded. So we got your guitars, your drums, everything's on its own track, and it's getting mixed down to a stereo file so you can release it on Apple Music.
What like this, I mean, SSL 9000J.
Correct, yeah, that's a 9000J.
Yeah, so that's a lot of buttons and knobs. Do you want to give a brief, it looks like you're running a spaceship over here.
Yeah, so if you want to look at the channel here, it's kind of like water. Analog consoles are kind of like water. Everything starts from the top and flows down through the bottom. So at the top here, we have the input section, which is where all of our inputs come in. The microphones and the line level from Pro Tools come back into here. And then it goes through this section. We have a compressor, which is kind of like lets us to control the dynamic range of something, add some energy to tracks. We got an equalizer, so we can add some high end, low end, mids, and things like that. It's kind of like your car stereo where you have like treble, bass, and mid range, but it's on each individual channel. So if I just want to do that to the kick drum, I can do that to just the kick drum, or the snare drum, I can do it to that. I'm not doing it across everything. I'm doing it on individual channels. Then we have what we call sins right here. This is where you can use for reverb. Reverb is like spatial processing, where you can put on a vocal to give it some space so it sounds a little more natural. We put a microphone right up on the face of a singer when we record it, but that's not how we hear somebody sing in a room. So a lot of times we'll add artificial reverberation to make it sound more natural, and that's what we use these for. We can actually take audio, turn it on, send it out of the channel, and we can return it back to another set of channels if it goes through something like a reverb or a delay or something like that.
So you got two different faders on each of these, right?
Yeah, so this is what we call the tape path, and this is what we call the monitor path. So this is what actually goes to Pro Tools, so we can adjust the level that goes to Pro Tools. This is actually what's returning back from Pro Tools, so we can adjust the level, adjust the mix that we hear in the control room. So the reason why it's separate is because we can have this level be independent of the level that we listen to it back in the control room. Make sure we get good signal to Pro Tools, so make sure we have enough level, and on. We can turn it up or down in the mix back in the control room without affecting the level that we send to Pro Tools.
That's very cool. And then you guys are able to just listen out of all this monitors and speakers here. I think you see there's a beautiful looking tape machine right there.
Studer 800. This is our patch bays. So patch bays allow you to route anything from the studio into anywhere you want it to go. We have all the microphone tie lines that are out in the live room right here. And they come in right here. We can patch them. The cable can run them to the console. So if you plug a microphone into channel 1, but you need to go to channel 13 of the console, you can do that right here. You don't have to go 1-to-1. You can split it up. And all of our outboard gear, what we call outboard gear, right? So we have a little bit of EQ, a little compression, more EQ, mic preamps, and some more compression down here. So all this shows up in the patch base, so you can plug in, get to this equipment, cables, without having to reach around and get behind there and do anything silly. It's all right here, and you can use cables to patch it all in and get the signal routed to wherever you want it to go.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, man. That's a fantastic tour. We love checking it out. All right, let's go see what's next. Come on. All right, we're gonna go check out the live room now. This is a room that is dedicated to the performance side of making music.
Greetings.
Hi. I'm Lidge. Who are you?
I'm Lenita.
Hi, Lenita.
So this is the X32. It's a Behringer, and I am actually doing the audio for the stage that we have. Basically, there's a subwoofer set connected, as well as some microphones up there. Here, let me unmute one for you when to talk in the mic.
Lenita, can I get some more meat up in this monitor?
You got it.
This is the whole lighting rig up here. You got the sound, stage lights, so you can really feel like you're performing. So what is some of this other stuff? So you've got things that control sound, you got things that control lights.
So the board itself has the EQ, and this is going to be monitoring the level of the microphones, and so that we don't get the feedback. There's also the lights that we have that are set up to the DMXs, which is also controlled through the video.
Where you can control the lights, I guess, right there, and you can see what the cameras are doing.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. So we can also do streaming as well. And then like a regular studio, you can just record without actually streaming.
Super cool. Well, thanks so much for giving us a tour.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you soon. Cheers. Come on, we'll go next door and see what else is going on here. Got the fine folks at the front desk who welcome you when you arrive. Hi, everybody. Let's see what's going on in here. Hey guys, you mind if I come in? We're just taking a tour and seeing like what kind of stuff's going on. I'm Lidge. How are you?
I'm Leonardo.
Leonardo, good to meet you. Who are you?
My name's Andy.
Andy, good to meet you guys. What room is this and what is this? What are you doing here?
This is AV Suite 1, and right now we are just making a beat on my laptop, but usually we do use the computers, but not all the time, you know. The reason we use my laptop is because I just like it, you know, it's my laptop.
Yeah, that's cool. And you can still hook it up to speakers in here if you wanted to, or you just have a space to work in here, right?
Yeah, I mean, this studio is mainly for like headphones and mixing. The other studios have like better speakers.
And then you got keyboards here. What do those do for you?
This is a MIDI. I got it from the tech office down the hallway. There's some extra wires and adapter and all that. This is my speaker. I usually use it for mixing. I can show you some right now.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, it's not on there.
That's cool, man. Nice work. You also mentioned, you said you got like some stuff you could get down the hall. So like you're here working on something. If you need connector or you need a certain kind of controller or something, they've got it here for you.
Down the tech office.
I think that might be where we're headed next. So we'll check it out. Thanks very much for the tour, guys. Cheers. All right, I think we're heading down. We're going to the tech office next. All right, let's go see what's going on in the tech office. We're just coming in and doing a tour and looking around the place. We were told to come down and check out the tech office. I'm Lidge.
Hi, Cherry.
Cherry, nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Lidge.
Jason.
Jason, good to see you again. See, Cherry, would you tell us a little bit about what's going on over here and what you do here?
I'm a full-time studio tech. So between helping the work studies kind of get a feel for things at night, having our checkout system, which is a Nashville thing, and no other campuses have that one yet.
Oh, that means you can come use something and then it's
Correct.
carefully
Check it out.
tracked and you can bring it back and... Awesome.
Everything's barcoded, absolutely, yeah. Keep track of everything. It lets us make sure that we know who's using what, or if we have students come in like, hey, do you remember that one time I checked out that one mic? And we can help them out with that.
That's super cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's cool to have like such a good system for like this. Jason, how about you? What are you doing over in this zone over here?
I'm the technology supervisor, so I'm in charge of the tech office. I report to our campus director. I handle anything and everything to do with the building, computers, technology, the studios, classrooms. I keep them all running.
If somebody wants to learn the technology side of stuff too, can they come do that with you? Can you learn how to solder and build a cable and all that?
Outside the elevator out there, we have a posting now for our third work study position. So we have 3 work studies in here that students can apply for.
Super cool. I learned a ton when I was in school about soldering, and I'm so glad that I got that.
They make a little bit of money, get some experience, and then get to build their resume too.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks very much for the tour. Cool. Looks awesome. And I guess part of it is, like you pointed out, it's really important to keep everything organized because you have to know where to find it, put it back and everything.
I just had a 414 that I took apart this morning. It's the polarity switch on it. So
why don't you describe what that is? Because somebody who's never seen one before might not know.
For those that don't know, this is a common microphone that's found in many studios. It's a 414. It's in many different iterations and varieties throughout the years. On this one in particular, and you went to switch the polar patterns, you can choose between them here. Some would light up, some wouldn't. It was intermittent, so I had to take it apart, get all the way down into the switches, clean it with an alcohol solution, and then here we go.
That's cool. It's a classic microphone right there. A great sounding one. All right, we're going out this way next. Yeah. Coming in here. All right. Cool. So you can see this right here. I guess this is classroom 5. And got all these different workstations for people to be able to make music. You get your own MIDI keyboard. These are great interfaces from Universal Audio, and then a Mac to work on. And then sometimes you have these special keyboards with the color keys. So if you're new to a program, you can immediately find out where the keys are to control it. And then this looks like the teaching station here too. So if you're sitting at one of these other stations, teacher can probably dial in and kind of interact with you really. Okay, we're gonna go in here and check out Studio B. So let's. Hey, dude. Hey. How you doing?
Good.
Lidge.
Hey, Lidge, I'm Matt.
Hey, man. Good to see you again. Where are we? Here.
Sure, we're in Studio B on SAE's campus here in Nashville.
Okay, groovy. We're just looking at some of the other spaces. So this is sort of similar to Studio A, maybe in terms of like having a console and stuff like that.
Yeah. We have a 32-channel Toft board in here.
This looks like a super cool board. Slightly simpler version than like the SSL and Studio A, so it means like as a student you can probably understand some of the fundamentals here before you're ready to move to the more advanced.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool that you can multi-track a band or an artist in here and then turn around and mix on the console as well.
Yeah, exactly. Then the big old screen, I guess that's Pro Tools again, right? It looks like we have patch bays and outboard gear. What kind of stuff is that? It's probably like mic pre's and EQs and compressors and things.
EQs, compressors, pre's, EQs.
Compressors. Okay, awesome, man. What's through the glass there? Why do we even have glass in a room like that?
Yeah, great question. That's to be able to see the talent so that you have direct lines of sight between artists or the talent and the control room.
Right, so you can be in here setting and kind of listening and giving guidance, and you can see what they're actually doing out there.
Yeah, get a visual cue.
Thanks for the tour. This is really cool.
Yeah, of course.
What a cool spot.
Good to see you.
All right, cheers. All right, cool. We're coming out into the hallway again, and I guess we'll see some more of the rooms and the recording spaces. So this is the space where you actually put the musicians. You put a drum kit right here, and if you look over there, you'll see that's through the glass back into Studio B. You can crank up guitar amps in here, no problem. Things that make a room in a studio different from the room in your house. You've got like these fabric-covered walls. There's audio absorbing insulation behind them, bass trapping, same thing on the ceilings and the walls. So the sound in here is very controlled. It's not splashing around like it would be off of hard surfaces in just a regular old house. And then you have cool things like, of course, there's a piano here. You've got these things are headphone boxes so that when people are in here and they're thinking, well, how do I hear myself? How do I hear the music? You can have a volume for your own headphones, and then you can have individual ones to bring up certain instruments, like maybe the person who's running the show in the control room doesn't really want to hear all the same things that you want to hear in your headphones, you've got that great ability to like dial in your own mix and make sure that everybody gets exactly what they need, you know? All right, so then come on in here. We've got a drum room with really cool features and treatments on the wall and ceiling, and it's a different sound in here. It's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more action than in the other room, which is often great for recording drums. And then you got these big giant things. Yeah, that's what I guessed. These are cool. So these roll around, and the reason, and you're like, what in the world is that? This is called a gobo. So a gobo in a studio gives you these abilities to, this is like a diffusion side, which means the sound comes in, and each one of these is a slightly different depth than the other. So the sound travels in and bounces back. And when it comes back, all the sound that's bouncing back is now out of phase from each other. So it diffuses itself instead of having a hard echo splash. So if you want the drums to sound more lively, you can turn this around, and there's another one on that side of the room. And if you want things to sound kind of tight and not so lively, you can turn this side around. You can put these next to a musician and a microphone and like completely change. You might even hear it on my voice here. It might sound a little bit tighter and deader. And then if you listen over, you know, if I'm next to glass, it's a slightly different sound. It might bounce. It may or may not translate on this little mic into the iPhone, but you get the idea. And then you've got all these cool things, and of course in these live rooms where you've got panels, you can patch things in, you can plug microphones right into the wall, and that goes all the way back to the control room where we just were, or it'll go. My guess is that these might go to either studio, either control room, so it doesn't really matter which studio you're in, you can still have access to recording drums in the drum space, which is a super cool feature. I wish my studio did that. And then we've got a big room for recording. And of course there, again, there's the glass straight into Studio A. So you can have this great communication when you're, you know, if you're here doing a school project, you can have your band come in, your musicians set up and record here, but be in there really having a great communication. And I've been hearing various students here all day working on their different stuff and talking about their music, and it's cool. It's just really cool to see how excited they are about these projects they're doing. So yeah, there you have this whole layout. It's really awesome. I hope you get a chance to come by and check it out. I do know that SAE Institute invites you to go to the website, book an appointment or a tour, or even just come by and, you know, knock on the front door if you want to just see if there's somebody who could give you a guided tour of the studio anytime. And I'll leave all that information right in the show notes below. So thanks so much for watching this. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And if you got any questions about SAE, about any of these rooms or the program or anything, just drop it right into the comments and somebody's going to get back to you right away. Get your questions answered. Thanks for watching. Cheers.